Hey players, this video is part of the Champion series, and in this video I am talking about how to earn more minutes because every single player wants to earn more minutes. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Watch this video because it might just be one or two things that you need to make a shift in your mind, or it might be one or two things you need to start doing, start understanding to earn more minutes. So a lot of coaches will say, to earn more minutes, you got to go hard in practice, you got to communicate in practice, you got to be a good teammate. And yes, all those things do matter and they can make a difference, but at the end of the day, if you want to earn more minutes, you have to perform better in games. You got to have less turnovers. You got to be able to execute the offense. You've got to have good shot selection. You've got to be able to do what your coach and your team asks of you. Don't step outside of your role. Don't try to do too much, but just absolutely master what is needed of you. And I'm going to touch on a couple of these things, but you just have to perform better. So the question is, okay, well, what exactly does that mean? Perform better. And I'll expound on some of the points I just mentioned. So what does the team need from you? What is your role on the team? What are you good at? What does the coach say? Hey, in the games, you need to look for this. Maybe you don't know what the coach needs from you because they haven't communicated, and just ask the coach, hey, coach, in a game, what do you need from me? What do I need to really be doing to help contribute to the team's success? And then you got to understand that. Like maybe you're a great shooter, but you're terrible at driving and getting in the paint. So when you go into the games, you're thinking, hey, I am looking for my 3-point shot. If I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. But I'm such a bad driver that never really works out well. I'm not going to drive it unless it's wide open, and I'm just going to continue to move the ball and screen away. Maybe your role is to rebound. Maybe you're really, really tall. You're a great rebounder. You're not a good finisher. You're not a good deep range shooter, and all you need to do is rebound. Well, every team needs a great rebounder, and they got to rebound. So your role, if you're trying to earn more minutes, your number one thing and the only thing that type of player would want to focus on is to get every single rebound like an absolute maniac. Just go for the ball as aggressively as you can. So those are two examples of just knowing what the team needs and then absolutely executing it. The other thing to talk about is you don't want to do too much. I've seen so many players, when they get that chance to go into the game, they try to do way too much. They try to be like LeBron. They try to be Steph Curry. They're shooting dumb shots. They are running to the wrong spots on the floor. They are attacking off of a ball screen when they shouldn't even be doing that. They're shooting fadeaways. They're shooting jumps, or they're shooting step backs, doing all this stuff that isn't needed. You got to know what you don't need to be doing as well, because I know we all want to have as much skill and we want to be as good as possible, but if you aren't prepared for that skill to execute it in a game, it's actually going to hurt you because you're hurting your team, and then your coach is going to take you out. The other part is the importance of your mentality, because if you're on the bench and you mainly spend most of the game on the bench, you don't know if the player in front of you is going to turn their ankle and be out for a quarter, or you don't know if they're going to get injured and be out for a couple of games. You don't know if they're just going to be playing terribly and the coach is going to take them out and put you in. It's difficult because you don't know when your opportunity is going to arise. So mentally, you just got to stay ready. Don't be thinking, oh, this sucks, the coach is never going to put me in, or oh, this isn't fair, or oh, I'm better than the person in front of me and I should be in. Oh, this is just terrible. I'm going to transfer schools. All those things, that's a loser mentality. You got to be thinking, I'm preparing. I know my moment is going to get here. Don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm going to be ready. Just how a snake just waits in the grass, and the snake waits for its prey to get on its path, then it attacks. That's got to be your mindset. And then another practical tip is, as you're on the bench, just watch the trend of the game and see what's open. Like, one thing you might notice is that the transition defense of the other team, maybe they just jog back and they're super slow. So you got to be thinking, when I get in, I'm going to absolutely sprint the floor as fast as possible to try to steal a couple of layups. Or maybe you notice there's a defender on the other team who just doesn't rotate over to help, and then on a certain ball rotation or certain ball movement, the help defense is not there, and that's a gap that you can attack. Or maybe you notice that they're switching screens, and that if you can go screen for a certain teammate, then it will create a mismatch off of that switch. So you got to be looking for those things. The overall mindset that you need to have of earning more minutes is don't blame the coach, don't blame your teammates. You got to take ownership and think, I'm going to earn this. I'm going to be ready. It's 100% on me. When my opportunity pops up in a game, I'm going to seize it and take advantage of it so that I can earn the trust and respect of my coaches to continue increasing my minutes. It's all about your mentality. So hopefully this helped. I know a lot of players, you want to earn more minutes. Hopefully these helped you with that. If you're looking for training, click on that first link below in the video description. You can create a free trial on my training platform. But this was a video that's part of the Champion Series. You want to watch and make sure you watch the rest of those videos to see what you can get out of them to help your game. Subscribe to the channel below also to stay up to date on any future videos. Hope this was helpful. Let's keep getting better.